If you want to sound good on your DDJ-FLX4 as quickly as possible, then this video is going to save you months of trial and error. The Flex 4 already gives you everything that you need to sound clean, confident, and professional, but most people just aren't using it in the right way. In this video, I'm going to show you the fastest way to sound good on your DDJ-FLX4 by focusing on a few simple things that will make an immediate difference to how your mixes sound. My name is Blakey and I'm a DMC champion. Let's get into it. So this right here is the DDJ-FLX4 controller by Pioneer DJ, also known as Alpha Theta. And this controller came out a few years ago, but believe me when I say this is all you need as a beginner DJ. And in fact, I think this is still the best beginner DJ controller available on the market today. And by the way, if you already have a DDJ-FLX4 and you would like a few free lessons that show you how to use it properly, there is a link in the description. Now, the first thing that's going to instantly level up your DJ sets with the DDJ-FLX4 is the Smart CFX button right here. So let's turn that on. Now, the Smart CFX are built-in combo effects inside Rekordbox that you can control using these dials right here. To choose which Smart CFX you're going to use, you need to hold down the Shift button and then press the Smart CFX button, and you'll see the Smart CFX window appear on the Rekordbox screen. So let's select the Noise Chopper Smart CFX. Now, there are 8 Smart CFX to choose from. Let me show you my favorite 3. So let's hold down Shift and press Smart CFX, and let's cycle to Phantom Echo. And now let's play this track, and I'm going to show you what Phantom Echo sounds like by moving the Smart CFX dial right here. And take a listen to how the sound is different depending on whether I turn the dial to the left or to the right. When the dial is in the middle, no effect will be applied. When I turn the dial to the left, you'll get a darker and more dull sounding effect. And if you turn the dial to the right, you'll get a more bright and shiny sounding echo. Take a listen to the difference. Now let's take a listen to what it sounds like when I turn the dial to the right. So you've got 2 completely different sounds depending on which way you turn the dial, and that is the same for every other Smart CFX. Now let's take a listen to the Noise Chopper. Noise Chopper will apply a chopping effect to the sound, so this effect actually works best when there are no drums. So a breakdown is perfect for this. Take a listen. So it's applying a chopping effect, but also a filter. And it's put a noise, like a white noise, over the top. So even when I stop the track, you can still hear the white noise with a chopping effect over the top. So that is what it sounds like when I turn the dial to the left. Let's take a listen to what it sounds like when I turn the dial to the right. So you get a slower chopping effect. It's not as quick. So you can hear, I've stopped the track, but you can still hear the white noise over the top. So turning the dial to the right creates a slower and less dramatic chop of the white noise. And if I turn it to the left, it's a much more intense effect. Now, when used correctly, Noise Chopper can sound great, but like most effects, it's very important to not overuse it. An effect like Noise Chopper could get annoying quite quickly, so just be sure that you apply it subtly. Now let's take a listen to another Smart CFX, and this one is called Vaporize. Vaporize will apply some reverb, some filter, and it sounds like a small amount of distortion is also added. Let's take a listen. Now let's turn the dial to the right. I think these three smart CFX sound great, but the thing is, most beginner DJs, they either completely ignore them or they spam them and abuse them. So if you make sure you use them tastefully, smart CFX are a guaranteed way to make your DJ sets sound more pro. Now let's take a look at the Pad Effects pad mode. Now pad effects can be enabled by pressing the Pad Effects pad mode right here. And you can see inside Recordbox that the display has changed to show you the 8 pad effects that you can trigger using these pads. So you've got roll, sweep, flanger, and many more. And trust me when I say pad effects are one of the most underrated features in Recordbox and the DDJ-FLX4. Not only are they a great fun way of triggering effects very quickly by just hitting one of these pads, but you can also customize them to sound exactly how you want them to. But right here we have the default options for all of the effects on the screen, and these default options sound great already. So now I'm going to play the track and I'm going to show you what these different pad effects sound like, and you'll get an idea for how easy it is to trigger these effects and how you can apply them to your own sets. So all of these different pad effects will sound great in any DJ set. And this feature is so underutilized and so underrated. You can go in and customize all of the different values and parameters and volumes of each effect, but I won't cover that in this video because honestly, the default settings sound great and they're all you need. If you're enjoying this and you would like a clear step-by-step path from complete beginner to confident DJ on your DDJ-FLX4, I've got a full beginner to pro course that shows you exactly how to use this controller properly. If you would like to check it out, then just click the link down in the description. Okay, next up, let's talk about the beat effects section on the DDJ-FLX4, which is right here. And to use this properly, we actually need to open up the effects panel inside Recordbox, and we can do that by clicking the effects logo right here. And we can now control the effects strip at the top of the software by using all of these controls right here. Now this switch right here, this is where we choose which deck the beat effects are going to be applied to. I'm going to be using deck 2 for this demonstration, so I've got the switcher in the middle on deck 2. If you want all of the beat effects to be applied to both decks, then you can just put it on 1 and 2, but I'm going to leave it on 2 for now. And then you've got the effects select button. So if I press this, you'll see it will bring up the massive list of beat effects that you can choose from. And if I click the button, it will scroll down the list. And if I hold Shift and press the button, it will go up the list. Then just below the effect select, you've got the beat values right here, and you've got a left and a right arrow. This will change the beat value for whatever effect you've selected. So now if I press the left arrow, you'll see it will change the beat value to half a beat. If I press it again, it will go to a quarter, and every time I press the left arrow, it's going to halve the beat value. This level depth knob right here will change the amount of effect that's being applied. So think of this as the volume knob for the beat effects. If I turn this all the way down, that means that no beat effects will be applied at all. But it's always important to adjust this dial to get a feel for the right volume for the effects that you're using. Another effect that sounds great when it's used properly is reverb. So let's use the effect select button to find the reverb effect, which is right here. And now the beat value buttons actually determine the percentage or the size of the reverb being applied. Now by default, this is set to 50%, which I actually think sounds really good, but you can use the left arrow to go down to 25% or even lower, down to 10. But I'm going to leave it on 50 for this demo. Now, the level depth knob when using the reverb effect is super important because if you have this set too high, then the reverb is just going to drown out the music and that's going to make you sound like a bit of an amateur. So I always like to keep the level depth pretty low when using reverb, and then play around with where it sounds best. Let's take a listen. Now, personally, I would not have the level depth set any higher than it is here. I think this is the sweet spot between actually hearing the reverb and it not drowning out the track. Now, when it comes to the beat effects, you can see right here, there are so many options, and I highly suggest listening through them and then deciding on which ones you like the sound of most. The truth is, you're probably only going to settle on 2, 3, or maybe 4 different beat effects, but my advice would be to listen through them so that you can choose the ones that you think sound good and that work for your style of mixing. When it comes to using any effects in your DJ sets, the key really is that less is more. Effects should be there to punctuate the mixes rather than take over. Using effects in your DJ sets badly is the quickest way to give away that you're a beginner, and mastering how to use them properly is going to level up your DJ sets instantly. Now, if you have a DDJ-FLX4, don't forget to check out my beginner to pro course, which is linked down in the description. And if you would like to check out a video from me where I show you how to plan and execute a multi-genre DJ set using your DDJ-FLX4, then you should check out this video right here where I break it all down in detail.